Hi everyone, Cheryl here today with Kadoodlebug Designs, and today I'm going to be sharing with you the freebie, and he's just for this next week. His name is Clover Gus, and he's a little peeker. Isn't he cute? So let's go ahead and get started on him. I did size him down to 3 inches, and so that's the size of him. I did try to prep most of my pieces, and so I've got like his little, I left a couple to go ahead and do with you so you can kind of see. So there's his little face and such. Okay, so the colors and everything I'll go over as I do them. And so that's the hat. And that. Okay, and then we have his body and all the little clovers. And so the first thing we want to do is we want to distress up all our dark pieces. And so for the dark pieces, I'm using the Pumice stone by Tim Holtz, the distressed ink. And so for the head, you really don't have to do much. I just kind of did these edges. So we have our head, our ears, and then the body, we'll just do the sides that you're going to see. So you're really only going to see a little bit. Now for his tail, the way I did this is I just came around the edge here and did like so. And then I came in with another gray, and this one is the C3. And you can just kind of come in and do the edges. And then on the inside, I just brought it just along the edge. So I didn't really come up. And then you can always come back in with the dauber and kind of just pounce it if you want, or however, and then just to get it a little bit. So we've got those pieces done. Our arms, you only want the outers done. You're not going to see any other. And then for the paws, I did one. Whoops. I did one, and then I'm going to do this one. And he's a cutie. He's a little freebie. And I thought, oh, I should just do a quick video on putting him together. So I'm also going to get this part done to the little hat. I did cut that, or the little bell. I cut that in a dark gray. And I'm going to come in with this. It's called Slate. It's BV29. It's the Copic. And I'm just going to kind of, whoops. Well, I kind of did a boo-boo there, but you can kind of just come in. And you can always come in with that blender and then try to soften that up a little bit. Or you can come in with the ink pad as well, that other ink, and kind of soften it. So we'll just kind of set that aside. Okay, so we've got the darks all done. And hopefully I can wipe up a little bit of that. I'm going to have ink everywhere. And when I do, it transfers. Let's see. Try to get some. So I'm just using some rubbing alcohol. I keep in a spray bottle just in case you're new and wondering. Okay, since I don't have a sink right behind me. So the first thing we want to do is get these ears on. And so I'm just going to use some of the art glitter glue. Again, you can use any glue that you like. And then the tool I'm using is the Viker tool. You get a set of 2. I try to link that in the description below. And then we're just going to set these ears on. So for the pink, I did use Pretty in Pink, and I did go ahead and prep that. But I'm going to do the nose just to kind of show you that I just do like that. If you don't have a color, you can always come in with a marker And you could always use maybe some chalks or whatever you have that will work. And so let's go ahead and get these little ears on. Because next we're going to add the, we'll do that side. Whoops, we're going to do this side. We're going to add the big clover next. Okay. So we need to have this big clover on. On the clover, I did use, let me grab the green. So my darkest one is that, and then the middle one was that, and then the lightest one. So the lightest one I used is the hybrid leaf, and that's just a club scrap. But you can pick, this is kind of the color I used. You can pick any. And then I am going to do the highlighting on the edge with G24. So I've already prepped the big one and the little one, but I'm going to show you if you can't hold it like so, you can always do it on the board and just kind of do like a little circular in motion, right? And that will give you your edge on that. And then the darker, you can, if you just push a little darker. So now if you can't get in those little spots, just come in with your marker and do the edges. You can come down in and then around. And that just gives a nice dark color to it. So we're done with that. So let me move those pins over. So on this one, I just wanted to show you the color while I am going to do that. And I'm just using a rag. Okay. So we want to get our little, or big, not our little, our big clover. And I kind of lay it to make sure it's going to cover. And then come in with the glue. And we want to get all that covered. Okay. So we have the big clover on, and now we need to add our tail. And so we're just going to do the tail right up here. So we can add some glue to that part, right? And then we'll come in and then just add it to the back part. And hopefully you could see what I'm doing. Hopefully I'm in view when I was doing, I always forget to check to see. So we want to get this little tail on here. And it just kind of sets like so. And if you have showing anything, you can come in with a marker and cover that up if you need to. Okay, so we have the tail. Now we want to add the body. And so we want to add the body and the arms. And we know the arms are going to go right along the side. And then I see his head. So his head really didn't need to be distressed. So the head will set about right there. Okay. So his little arms, we need one here and then the one right there. So that's kind of a way you can go ahead and do some marking. And then put the one there and the one there. And then we can always move it. Once we get the body, we'll just kind of slide those pieces where they need to be. So if we need the arm out, we can just bring it out a little bit. And that one I think is fine. There we go. And so we have the body, whoops. We have the body and the arms. And so now we want to add these clovers over here. And so those we're doing the dark. And so on the dark one, I did use one of my favorite colors, the moss. And this is also a club scrap. Now you can do this on there, or you can just do like so. And I did grab a marker to show you on this one since it is smaller. And I'm not going to try to get into those little grooves. If you want to leave it, you can leave it. If you feel like, nope, I want to, I mean, there's really no right or wrong. Just have fun with it. And so that one's ready. So we have that one ready. We have the big one. And then we have our middle one, which I already showed you on that one, the color. And so we're going to add this one here. And then I do want to see where it's going to get placed. And so I think we need to have it like about so. So we have our little guides right there, which is nice. And so we'll just add some glue to that. And then of course I have to pick it up so I can see where I'm at. That way I don't leave any spot uncovered. Okay. And so that looks pretty good to me. And then we'll go ahead and place this, the medium one, which is the lighter. And then that one kind of just sets. So this one kind of just sets like right there. Okay. And then we need the next one, which is this dark one, a little darker. And then we have our little guides right here showing us where to place that little clover. And so there's that one. Okay. So we do have all those. I guess we can add the little paw on. I guess we'll just put that one there. And that arm probably should have come down a little bit. So sometimes, yeah, because he's not even holding that. So let me see if I can carefully grab that. There we go. So we just kind of want it down a little more. So I'm going to just add some glue. So if you add a little bit of glue, you're able to come back in if you need. Oh, there we go. I think that's okay. Let's see if that one's going to work. Okay, there. And then we'll just put his little paw or hand right like so. Okay. And so now we have all the bottom done. So for the top, we want to add his head. And we could always check to make sure this is all going to be layered where it needs to be, because you have all these pieces as well. And I think, yeah, I think that's going to be okay. All right. So we'll put his head on next. Okay. So we have that. And then I did prep on, whoops, I don't know, I'm almost losing a piece. So I did kind of prep the bottom part of his hat. And so for the top part, I'm using that moss. And I'm just going to come around. Actually, I think I used this color here. Yeah, I like that one. Either one doesn't matter. This one is the wild wasabi from Stampin' Up. Okay, and then because there's that little area right here, I'm just going to come in with my marker. And there, and since I used the darker on this side, it's probably good. Okay, so we have the little hat done. So we can go ahead and place the hat on. The paper I used was super thin, leftover design paper, but it's extremely a thin one that I had. It was okay. So now I'm gonna add his little cheeks and stuff. I did those with the Starlite Silver, and I probably don't even need to ink this because that pigmented ink, it pretty much will stay on the pad from the last time I used it, and so I'm able to just use that. And so we'll just get it like so. So the bottom part is going to go right here. And then his little cheeks is going to go. So we want the little part on the bottom for his mouth. And then, hoping that's going to cover that. Oh yeah, that should cover perfect. Okay, so then I'm going to take one of the little brushes and I'm going to use the Stampin' Up! Chalks. These are some old chalks that I have. And I'm just going to add a little bit of pink. This is for his little cheeks. Okay. And then let's go ahead and add the black piece for his belt. And that goes kind of right here. And so we can just add that. Oops. And I did do the wrong side on that. So I'm just going to come in with that, the Pumice stone and just do like so. Not a big deal. Just make do. Whoops. Push that. And then I do want to add his little, the other little shamrock. Let me grab, oh, I had some things in here from another project I'm getting ready to do, but, oh my. I usually throw the pin in there and I forgot I threw these in there too. Okay. So I want to lift up because we have to have a shamrock under here. So we'll just kind of lift that a little bit and then we can get a little bit of glue and we're going to just slide that shamrock kind of under. Kind of go, there we go. All right, that's fine. And then I do want to put the little buckle on his hat. And then we'll add this piece. And I think we're almost done. He sure is cute. Okay. And then we do want to add the nose. Ah. Let's see if I can get that. There we go. And then I want a little more pink on those cheeks. Okay, and then I'm going to use the 03 micron pen and add the dots. And then I'm just going to use this and we'll be done. The Posca paint pen I'm just going to use to give some little marks. And we'll just kind of 1, 2, 3. And then you could always add some little dots on the ears. And then a little line there. 1, 2. And then I do want one there. And then on his nose, we'll do one. And then I don't know, I just kind of add them wherever. That's some little dots. And there, I think we're done. Okay. And there you have it. And so I hope you enjoyed today's video. And if you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you'd like to see more videos, please follow. And thank you for stopping by. Have a good day.